What's good YouTube, it's Money Man coming at you on another video. In today's video, we can go over Ken Carson's recent tweet and regarding new music and what the future holds for Ken Carson, alright? So let's get into it. So, about last week, 8 days ago, Ken Carson goes on Twitter to tease Keltec. Obviously, the highly anticipated snippet Keltec, everybody wants it. It's on TikTok going crazy, alongside a music video. So we now know that Keltec does have a music video. He's been teasing it. And Ken Carson goes to Twitter yesterday to say July, hinting at something maybe could be possibly dropping in July. And then obviously we do know Ken Carson has just a ton of snippets, because last time we got a big project from Ken was X, which was in July of 22, and now it's going to be July of 23 and next month. So it's going to be a year since Ken Carson has dropped a full album. We did get the extended deluxe for X in October, Halloween. I think we did get that. And we got I Need You in February on Valentine's Day, but after that we haven't got any new music from Ken Carson. He's been a little ghost recently, and with this tweeting in July, maybe we could see something drop in July. I mean, I think July would be a good time to drop. It would be a year after X dropped. In my opinion, I wasn't the biggest fan of X. I felt X was very dull in my opinion. But I mean, these new snippets Ken has been putting out has been so crazy. We now don't know what the name of Ken's next album is going to be. Some people have been hinting at X2. Some people have been saying A Great Chaos. Realistically, we do not know what Ken Carson's next name is. It's not cemented. Ken has not said it, so we don't know. In regards as to the next album regarding Ken Carson, we don't know anything regarding it. But we did see July. Now, could this hint to new music? Maybe. But I mean, to be honest, if I'm Ken, I'm not dropping in July, because like we know basically Travis Scott is pretty much confirmed to be dropping this month, actually in June. Today's the 1st. June, realistically, we should be seeing Travis Scott drop Utopia, and literally when Travis drops, it's going to pause the whole industry. Nobody's going to want to drop after Travis, I'd say, for a good 3 to 4 weeks, if I'm being quite honest, because Utopia is going to stay on charts. It's going to affect people's sales. And with Ken Carson dropping this new album, if I'm Ken Carson, I'm thinking my next album has to chart. My next album has to do at least 20K, because we saw If Looks Could Kill, it did 29K, and that's really Ken's biggest competition, to be honest. So yeah, if I'm Ken, I'm trying to put out a big rollout, a big album, and have this thing sell units. And if he drops in July, I feel like Utopia is going to kind of overshadow Ken's drop. It's going to affect the sales too. And also, we know that Uzi should be dropping this summer, Pink Tape. I'm pretty sure Uzi might be dropping Pink Tape in this summer. He said it in a recent interview. Alongside Cardi might be dropping in this summer too, with the rollout might even starting after Popular drops with the weekend. So I feel like this summer is going to be belong to the big dogs in the music industry, Travis, the Uzis, the Cardis. I feel like this summer is all for the big mainstream top dogs, and I feel like if Ken Carson were to drop in the summer, it would kind of be a little overshadowed, to be honest. And if I'm Ken, like I said, I want to put out my biggest album to date since Lone. He sold 29,000 copies. And X and No Stylist didn't chart or sell anything, but Ken Carson, this next album needs to sell, and it needs to sell well. No pressure on him, because I believe in Ken. I think he's going to drop a great album. I mean, from the snippets we've gotten so far, they've been crazy. This whole grunge rap that Ken Carson has been introducing with these heavy, hard-hitting beats, like I sound like I'm going through like hell listening to these beats. They've been absolutely crazy. Like Over, when he performed that at Rolling Loud, the bass on that energy was crazy at Rolling Loud. And all the new snippets, Keltec, Singapore, all the snippets Ken Carson has been putting out have been really impressive. And if I'm being quite honest, I'm low-key a little more excited for Ken's next album than I was for If It Looks Could Kill. Now, I was a big fan of If It Looks Could Kill. I think If It Looks Could Kill is a good album, but honestly, I don't see it having that much replay value, to be honest. I think there's a lot of misses on that album, a lot of skips, and realistically, after about 2 weeks since If It Looks Could Kill has officially dropped, I'm only going to about 5 songs on that album, and that's a 26-song album. I'm realistically only going back to 5 songs on that album. So Ken Carson's album, I think it's Ken's year. Last year was Lone's year. No Stylist wiped X. It's not even a question. But with this new album, I think if Ken Carson brings that energy that the Obian fans have been wanting, If Looks Could Kill didn't really provide. And I know Lone wasn't going for that vibe, wasn't going for a club banger, high energy mosh pit type album. But I feel like if anytime a hyped album drops, Opium fans are gonna eat that up. And I was a fan of If Looks to Kill, but I felt like it was just kind of a little dull in my opinion. There was too many songs that sound the same, and there was a little bit of skips. But for Ken Carson's album, I'm very excited, and we can just go into like a couple of the snippets. I know there's a stupid amount of snippets and Ken has been putting out, and like every one of those snippets has been hitting in my opinion. But we can just go to like the most popular ones and see what type of timing Ken is gonna be going for on this next album. So we can just search up all the newest Ken Carson snippets, post-X, post-extended, that we could maybe see on this album. Now, all these snippets are pretty old, to be honest. As you guys know, I listen to these snippets a lot. I see the motherfucker, I get your whole knees, cause you know she the baby love. Hold up. And they kill, take a make a nigga flood like some mess. I fuck Bart, bitch, yeah. I'm a hoes class, I'm a hoes know how to act. So we got Keltec, Novocaine. This is not dropping. Pouring Up. This song is hard. Now, regarding Opium Twins, could we see Opium Twins this summer? If anything, I would put my money that Opium Twins is going to drop this summer. I feel like this is a perfect time to drop Opium Twins. But, I mean, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of great snippets out there that we might not get. Fighting My Demons is crazy. I've been fighting my demons. Singapore, we all know this. Ken Carson's manager actually teased Singapore as well. Game Over. Switchblade. Nah, I don't like Switchblade. So yeah, we got a lot of snippets regarding Ken Carson, and a lot of snippets have been going pretty viral on TikTok, to be honest. Could we see an album in July? Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't say no for an album. If Ken were to drop an album, obviously I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna go crazy over it. But I feel like if he wants to put out his biggest album, summer is really not it, to be honest. But what's your guys' thought? Do you think with this new tweet Ken put out, could we be seeing maybe a new album from Ken? Or this could be even just regarding Keltec. Keltec would just be dropping in July. Who knows? But what's your guys' thoughts on Ken's recent tweet? What does the future hold for Ken Carson? And could we see an album next month or any new music dropping? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know, because I'm actually curious as to what you guys think, because there's a lot of mixed opinions on Ken's next album. But yeah, it's gonna be the video right there. If you guys like the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's Money May or Zia, and I'm out. Thank you guys.